Yesterday's hunt got messed up. Just moving too quick. Out here on some new public this morning with a buddy. We got birds. Oh, we got birds fired up this morning everywhere. Birds are gobbling everywhere. It's a good gobbling morning. There's trucks parked in about every spot, but we found a spot that finally didn't have a truck parked. Alright, just set up. Turkey's up on top. It sounds like he's falling down now. He's still pretty fired up. There's this road that works down through the woods into the bottom out here. I'm hoping even if he has hands, he'll work down here eventually. He's answered my calls a few times now. I don't know. We'll just see what happens. Got the end decoy on the road, about 15 yards away. It's quite a bit of brush, but I think it should still be able to happen if he comes in. So we'll see. We worked around on this same bird. I hit the box call. He hammered. He's answered me 3 or 4 times now with the mouth call. He's not far. Hoping he works onto this road and sees our decoy comes up. Couldn't really get much closer because the sun's on us down there. It's pretty thick, so we're hoping he comes down this road right to us. We got worked in front of those birds this morning. Figured out all these birds are probably henned up. He's gobbling at me all morning, and he finally got on the ground and shut up. But the last few times he got on the ground and gobbled, I could tell he was working away. So we looped way around him, got up on this high, like this, I don't know, it's like a field right above where they were roosted. And it's a box call, and he fired off like not far. So we set up, and he answered my mouth call a couple times, and he really hadn't moved. So we decided to slip in the woods with him, and I couldn't find a really good setup. I was sitting there just messing around trying to find a spot, and he gobbled at like 100 yards. So we just had to sit down by some trees, and the way he gobbled the first couple times, he was going to come right down my shooting alley. But then the hen knew something was up, and she started zigzagging and took him way to the left, right through some brush. And he's at about 40-45 yards just strutting, and there was a freaking briar bush right in my way, and I couldn't freaking shoot him. So he sat there for about 5-10 minutes, strutting right in my face. That hen would never bring him left or right. So they eventually worked away, and then the hen eventually came back in about 5 minutes later, but she didn't bring him back with him. So I could have shot her about 3 times, but she just never brung her man through the shooting hole. So, oh well. All right, night number 3 of the season. This morning couldn't get it done. Other morning couldn't get it done. First morning couldn't get it done. Out here with Riggs and Jonas.
What's going on?
Out here trying to roost the same bird I was after this morning. I know where he wants to be. If he's roosting in the same spot, I think I can get it done. There's also some birds roosted over here last night and this morning, so trying to get a better pin on them. Just trying to find a bird to get after this morning, or tomorrow morning. All right, 4th morning in a row. Technically we roosted some birds last night. None in any really good spots. Probably one actually on public land. A lot right button up to private and stuff. Can't really tell whether they were on public or private. Probably just gonna go right back there in the morning and hope more birds are gobbling. Waiting on Buddy Jonas right now. Buddy woke up about 5 minutes after we were supposed to leave. So we're seeing if he'll get here pretty soon. We've been waiting on him for about 5 minutes already. So he's taking his sweet time, I guess. I'm giving him a couple more minutes and then I'm leaving him. So guess we'll see how quick he goes. So this is basically just a fill-in of what's going on. I end up explaining later in the video kind of what's going on, but I just wanted to fill you all in right now because I kind of took a bad job at videoing kind of what was going on. I didn't really fill this in before we went into this place. So basically we worked around to where we saw some birds on the private, and I saw them the night before and I saw them the night before that, and they were coming, you know, it looked like from public to private. So I'm just assuming, you know, off the roost in the morning they're gonna go from private to public. So we get out there a little late because we tried a different bird. It's probably 40 minutes after fly down ish. You know, it's probably, I don't know, a little after 7 o'clock. So I was kind of just more worried about getting in there in time, and I think that's why I wasn't videoing. And so we were kind of booking it back in there. I take one video of us going back in there, but basically we get back there and we had to set up, not how I was kind of, it wasn't the dream scenario, you know. The setup wasn't like spectacular, you know. Riggs was behind me and he wasn't even able to video because I was already out in the open kind of, so I didn't want him being out in the open. I would rather just be one guy. So I mean, we just had to set up quick and he was in a better position to, you know, be more covered up by stuff. So I mean, I'll end up explaining it more later in the video, but I just kind of wanted to fill you all in on what was going on. So it's going?
Yeah.
Well, we got in here this morning pretty late. I got the video on GoPro. I think I had it. We were sneaking up this trail right here, and we knew the birds were staying on the private, but every night they were coming from the public, so we assumed they were coming back to the public after roost. And we got on a different bird, and we didn't hear anything, and they weren't really fired up, so we decided to move over here and try this, see if they really were coming back to the public. Sure enough, we got out here too late. We could hear, I got up in here and he gobbled one time right here. It sounded like there's another trail over here on the other side of these woods, and that's where the public field is. There's like a, I don't even know what it is. It's just grass, I guess. I don't know. I don't think they planted any weed or anything in it. But I figured I'd get right here up on this trail, and I was like, man, we can't move anywhere. They're right there. So we set up right here, and it looked like a good spot. The woods are a little more open. There's some scratching in there. And so we got set up, and I was right in here. We took them out of the woods, but I was right in here. It's a little sapling I could put my GoPro up on. I was kneeled down, and I got that part on it. Riggs had to stay back behind. I told him, because he was back behind me trying to take film with the camera, but I just told him to stay back there and just stay quiet. And he was more hidden than I was. I think the turkey ended up seeing me last second, because he got out here too far to the left. He was right behind me. You could see woods back in there. He was right behind me, or not right behind me right now, but he was up in the woods, and he started coming through there about 40 yards, and he finally poked his head up one time. And I was gonna let him keep coming, but he kept going to the left after he saw that, and he started feather tucking and stuff and give it a little bob, and he stopped strutting and spitting and stuff. So I figured I probably should shoot him, so I did, and brought him back out here and got my old Missouri bird this weekend. So yeah. Well, we're back, and you know, it wasn't the most, you know, like, I called to him, he came in gobbling, strutting right in our face. We watched him come all the way in on the video, but you know, I mean, I could hear him drumming the whole way. I mean, we got in there late, we had to set up quick. I mean, it wasn't the best thing, but I mean, I did get to see him strut right last second. He poked his head up. I think he saw me right last second, but I mean, it was perfect because he poked his head up just high enough over some stuff where I got to shoot him. We would have had it on camera, but I don't know, it was just too rushed. Riggs never even saw him, and he just heard a gunshot. I mean, he was probably 20 yards behind me and some stuff. He was gonna try to get it on video, but I mean, I'd rather just get the bird killed. And you know, I got the GoPro footage, so you mean, you guys are gonna see that, but I mean, they can't always be like that. But thank you guys for watching.